about 4.4, least common multiples. Have you done least common multiples before?
Last year.
Yeah, you should have. Okay. The least common multiple. A common multiple is simple. It's a multiple shared by two or more numbers. So it's something they have in common. Okay. The least common multiple is the least of all those common multiples that the two numbers share. And it's abbreviated LCM. So anytime we see LCM, we're looking for the least common multiple. Okay. What multiple is the smallest that's within both of the numbers, or all three numbers that are given?
What? I don't know.
What?
What?
What is the smallest number that is a multiple of all the numbers given? That's what you're looking for.
Does zero count? CJ?
No.
Then 1.
It could possibly. No, it's gonna be like. It's gonna be like 2, like on 10 and on 12. 12 is 2 times 6, right? 10 is 2 times 5. My least common multiple is.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yes. Okay.
Because I
Stop
think
it.
I said.
He's
All
asking.
black people laugh.
Exactly.
To remind you, the video is going.
Oh. Huh. It is?
Okay.
I'm going to conduct a
Here we go. Word problem. A crop rotation is a system where farmers vary the crops they plant in their fields each year. Okay? Suppose a farmer grows alfalfa in a certain field every 6 years. Alfalfa is like a sprout.
What's the alfalfa from?
Think about it.
it.
Nobody's gonna see. Look.
It's the glare.
Jason, you got all stuff in your
I got my glasses from my locker because I can barely read that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You got glasses? I
Yes,
go
I
get
do.
my glasses.
I'll wait on you.
Bro, you know them people.
I'll wait till you're ready to learn.
It's gonna go like 6 years.
You're staying there. Don't ask again. So, suppose a farmer grows alfalfa in a certain field every 6 years. In another field, the farmer grows alfalfa every 10 years. This year, the farmer is growing alfalfa in both fields. In how many years will the farmer grow alfalfa in both fields again?
IDK.
What are the rotations? What, Brian? Okay, what do you think the answer is?
60.
You think the answer is 60 years, okay? How did you come about that?
Wait.
Ow.
Good?
Never mind.
What is the rotation? Okay, Kate, what?
30.
Why 30?
Because 10 times
Yeah.
it's the least common multiple.
Okay, so 10's multiples are 2 and 5, right?
Sure.
6, I can go 2 and 3, right? So the least common multiple is 2, okay? The least common multiple is 2. What are the other numbers that are left over?
3 and
5, 3, and 5. So I have to take 2 and multiply it by 5 and by 3, which gives you,
I don't know.
30.
Why does my voice keep cracking?
Okay?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay? So what you did is you're correct. You find the least common multiple of them. The least common multiple is 30, yes? Okay? The common factor is 2. And then remainders from those common factors are 5 and 3. So if I take 2 times 5 times 3, I also get 30, okay? Or I can say, okay, if I multiply 10 by 2, I get what?
20.
Okay, so 10 times 2 gives me 20. 10 times 3 gives me,
30.
okay, what's 6 times 2?
12.
What is 6 times 3?
18.
6 times 4,
24.
okay, and 6 times 5,
30.
okay? That's when they first repeat. So the least common multiple is 30. You can do it both ways. You can list all the multiples
That's easy.
and figure out which one's the least, or I can find the least common factor and then multiply all those pieces together.
You look swaggy.
Okay. Now, in blue. In blue. In blue. I want to know what the least common multiple of 16 and 24 is. What can I do to figure that out?
Divide each them by 4. Or no, sorry. 8.
What's 16 times 2?
32.
30,
I don't know.
32. What's 24 times 2?
48.
Okay. What is 16 times 3?
I
48.
know this.
No, you don't.
It's a different.
48. So what is the least common multiple?
48.
48.
I knew that.
Okay.
Or
Or
it took
I could-
longer for me to process.
Or I could have done it the other way where you take 16 and you break it down into 2 times 8, right?
Yeah.
3 times
6.
6, yes. 24 is 2.
Oh no! I'm
3
sorry,
times
I'm
6
sorry.
is 18.
I
Wrong.
go this way.
Oh, yeah.
3 doesn't go in 16.
3 doesn't go into 16. 4 does, though, 4 times, right?
Yeah.
But here's the least common denominator, yes?
Yes.
Or the least common factor, I think.
No,
The
yeah.
least common factor. What is 2 times 8 times 12?
What about
Oh, no,
4?
that doesn't work.
What about 4?
2 times 12 times 2 is 40. What? So I can break it down and find that way, or I can go that way. Okay? What about 15, 30, and 50?
You 15
What's 15 times 2?
30.
30.
Okay? But 30 can't be the least common multiple because 50 can't get down to 30, right? Like,
No.
Okay. What's 15 times 3?
45.
We're gonna be doing this forever.
Yeah, you're-
we're gonna get to 10 and it's gonna be 150. It's gonna be
What?
150.
Why do you think it's that?
Good job.
Why do you think it's that?
150?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 30 times 5. Because 150. Shut up, Court.
Because if you do 5 times 2, you get 100, right?
Yeah.
There's no way to get 15 or 30 to 100, right?
No.
But if you do 5 times 3, there's no way to, or 50 times 3, you get 150, right?
Yeah.
But you can get 30 to 150 by multiplying it by what? 5, and you can get 15 to 150 by multiplying by 10. So your least common multiple is 150. So here's my suggestion to you. Here's my suggestion to you. If you want to save yourself a little time, start with the largest number and multiply it by like 2 by 3 and think in your head, can I get the other 2 numbers to that? Okay? What could I get it to? Can I get it that way? So down here now we're adding variables in. You have 9xy squared and you have 15x squared y. And you want to know what the least common multiple is. Okay? So take the numbers first. 9 and 15. What is the least common multiple of 9 and 15? No, that's the least common factor. What's the least common multiple of 9 and 15? What's 15 times 2?
It's 45.
Okay.
45.
Okay, 15 times 2 is 30, right? Can I get 9 to 30?
No.
No. 15 times 3 is 45. Can you get 9 to 45?
Yes.
Yes. So my common multiple is 45. Now look at the variables, x and x squared. What's the least common multiple of x and x squared? Which, okay, so think of it this way. If I have x here, I have how many? If I have x squared, how many do I have? 2. So what's the least common multiple? Can I get x, 2x squared? Yes. So my least common multiple is x squared. What is your least common multiple between y squared and y? Y squared. So when you're doing it with variables, your least common multiple, you need to break it down. There is a lot of talking going on, which means there's going to be a lot of confusion on this homework that you're going to get tested over.
I'm already so it doesn't matter.
And no, it does, because when you talk more, it distracts other people and confuses them. So shut your mouths. Okay, 6m squared, 10m cubed. Look at 6 and look at 10 first. What's the least common multiple of those? If I multiply 10 by 2, I get 20.
It's 30.
Can you get 6 to 20? No. If you multiply 10 by 3, it's 30. Can you get 6 to 30?
Yes, you can do
So my
6
least
times
common multiple of those two numbers is 30.
But
Not least common factor, Carter. Least common multiple. When it's multiple, I'm getting bigger, bigger, bigger. When it's factor, I'm getting smaller, smaller, smaller.
multiple, like thinking
Multiply.
Wait a minute, I got a question.
Okay, what's your question?
So,
Why are you saying?
these
Sit
common
down, you
multiple
don't
just
need it.
stand for
Oh.
multiplication.
What?
So, does these common multiple only go for multiplication?
Yes.
Is there such a thing as a greatest common multiple?
Yes. There is, but we're just looking for the
A
least
million,
common multiple right now.
Alright.
What greatest common multiple go on infinitely?
No, not necessarily.
It's like infinity actual like a real number.
Yes.
How do you spell it? I meant
Shut up!
I meant
Listen, you write it this way, but I need you to focus on this right now. Okay. So I have 30. M squared, I have 6m squared. You're about to get a lot of homework and a quiz tomorrow. If you do not listen and pay attention. You're about to have it tomorrow instead of on Thursday.
Oh.
If I have 6m squared, 10m cubed, the least common multiple was 30 out of the numbers. What is the least common multiple out of the variables? I have m squared, m cubed. Can I get squared to cubed? How?
multiplying.
Multiplied by what? If I have, technically right here I have m times m. Here I have m times.
and time.
So what do I have to multiply this by to get to m cubed?
3. I think.
Wait, what are we on? I'm still finding out.
Okay.
4. How do you?
Listen, here's the easiest way to remember this. When you are dealing with variables, okay? When I multiply a variable, x times x gives me x squared. X times x times x gives me x cubed. X times x times x times x gives me x to the 4th. Do you see how the power goes up every time you multiply an exponent?
Yeah.
Because what it's really saying is this. It's saying if I have x squared, I have x to the 1st times x to the 1st. And when you multiply powers together, you add the power.
Oh, so
it's
5
and
It's cute.
no. So stop. So stop and listen. When you are dealing with variables, the greatest multiple, or the least common multiple, is going to be whichever one has the greatest power.
I knew it.
Why?
Because all I have to do is multiply this other one by m, and I have m cubed.
What the
So
three
you
guys
just made
doing?
that more difficult.
It's
to
a power.
Oh, so
It's not a number, it's a power.
whatever the bigger power
When you
is.
multiply powers, you add the powers together.
So whatever
So
the
if
bigger
it's like-
power is, you use
If you
that.
did 2 times 2m or m to the second power times n or whatever.
Yes.
So it's
So
5.
yes, if I do m squared times m cubed, it's m to the 5th. Because I add powers when I multiply. So that is what you're doing here. This, if it's just m by itself, it always has a 1 with it. Okay? So m to the 1st times m to the 1st gives me m squared. M to the 1st times m to the 1st times m to the 1st gives me m cubed. So anytime I'm finding, just a second, Jacob. Anytime I'm finding least common multiple with variables, it's whichever one is the biggest. You literally can just drop it down. What?
How'd you get 30?
Because 10 times 2 is 20. I can't get 6 to 20. 10 times 3 is 30, but I can get 6 to 30, so that's the least common multiple.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
And also,
Yes.
why'd you choose the 3 and cube?
Because m cubed means I have 3 m's multiplied together to get that.
But you still got those 2.
But I only have 2 over here. So my least common multiple is m cubed because that's the biggest power.
So,
So if
no
you,
matter what the number is, if we got the bigger power, you
That's
use
the
that.
one that's going to be the least common multiple.
so if you do like 6 times,
Yes.
so they both have 5. So since 10 and 5 is the greatest common factor. Wait, I'm confused.
No, the greatest common factor, the least common multiple is 30. We're not looking at greatest common factor right now.
So
We're not looking at factors, we're looking at multiples. You're getting bigger.
30 because of
Because I start with a larger number and I say 10 times 2 is 20. Can I get 6 to 20 by multiplying it by something? No. 10 times 3 is 30. Can I get 6 to 30?
Yeah.
Yes, so that's my least common multiple.
So then you would So it's 30, and then you do. So the bigger
Power
power is.
is
what
the one
do.
you drop down.
So it's 30.
M
Okay.
cubed, yes. Okay, now down here you have r squared and you have 5rst. Okay, what is the coefficient here? What's the
R.
leading coefficient?
2.
5.
Time out.
Two's the
R
two-
squared.
is the question.
What does leading coefficient mean?
It's the bigger coefficient.
No,
It's the smaller coefficient.
stop. You don't even know what coefficient means clearly, which
No.
we've gone over several times. Coefficient is the number in front of the variable. The variable is a letter. What is in front of r squared?
R.
2. What?
One.
1. Okay.
Isn't 5 still bigger than that one though?
Stop. We're getting there.
Bro.
We're getting there. So listen.
We're not eating.
Least common multiple. Can I get 1 to 5?
Yes.
Yes. So what's my least common multiple?
5.
Okay. What is my least common multiple between r squared and r?
R
squared.
What about between nothing and s? And what is between? What about between nothing and t? There's your least common
Wait,
multiple.
why are there 2 S's? I'm confused.
I got
Time.
Jacob, there's not two.
Sorry, this is a 2.
How did you get that?
Time. Listen, I'm getting irritated right now. How many times do I have to repeat myself because you're not listening? Okay? Start with the variable, find the least common multiple. Okay? Start with the biggest number, multiply it by 2, multiply by 1, whatever it is, and see if you can get the other number to that. This was easy because it was 1 and 5. We can get 1 to 5. That's simple. Okay? R squared is larger than R, so that becomes the least common multiple, R squared. There's no S, so S becomes the least common multiple. There's no T, so T becomes the least common multiple. So your least common multiple is 5 R squared ST. We will try one more.
Wait, weren't
Bro.
you puking this morning?
Stop.
Who was missing?
Stop. Get on top of
Is
it.
someone crying?
It's not.
It's a man you stop.
Guys, if we talk about something that's not math related for the next 10 minutes at least while this video is still going, I'm marking your card. Get over it.
Okay.
Focus on math in math class. You should be able to control yourself by now. You are 8th graders. Figure it out. What is the least common multiple between 14 and 21? If you take 21 and multiply by 2, what do you get?
42.
Can you take 14 and multiply by something to get to 42?
3.
Wait, so
Three.
can everything be like,
Okay, Josh, ask your question.
so if you do like anything like 10 times or 27 plus 27,
Uh-huh.
that gets you
54.
54. If you do that, so technically 54 divided by 2 is 27.
Right.
That is correct.
That's I was
Right.
Okay.
So you said 21 times 2 gives you 42. 14 times 2 is only 28. But 14 times 3 also gives you 42, yes?
42.
So 42 is my least common multiple. Okay? I have an A here. Do I have an A over here? No, so what's my least common multiple? Okay. I have a B. I have a B. B. I have nothing. I have a C. Boom. There's my least common multiple. What's your question, Jacob?
I just realized something about this all wrong. So you're multiplying these things
Yes.
by small numbers to try and
Yes.
okay, but so since like 14 took more tries to get to 42.
That's okay. No. The variables have nothing to do with the numbers. Okay? Since 14 had more tries to get to 42, that's fine. It's the least common multiple, period. That's the first time that the numbers are the same when you multiply them by anything. Then I look at A. There is an A here. Is there an A there?
No.
No, so one A. Just one of them. There's a B here, there's a B here, but are there different powers?
No.
No, so I just dropped B down. There's no C, there's C, so that's my least common multiple.
Why don't you put b to the power of 2?
Because I'm not multiplying B together because there's two B's. I'm saying what is the least common multiple? Those B's are exactly the same, so I just drop it down. I don't have to change it.
So there's another A on the 21 too. So just put 1A.
There's no A on 21.
But like, if there was.
Yes, if there was, you would just put A. You don't have to put anything else.
Well, I can't get my foot on it.
Why is your shoe off?
It was an accident. This is a size 9 and I'm a size 11.
Okay, well, we'll take it in a second. Okay, last word problem. Last word problem, since clearly you can't focus on a Tuesday when you've had a month off. Last year, a winter resort had 144,000 visitors, including 45,000 snowboarders. This year, the resort had 160,000 visitors, including 56,000 snowboarders. In which year was the fraction of snowboarders greater? What do you have to do?
Put 56,000 over 160 and simplify it.
Okay. So you want to put 56,000 over 160. What else do we need to do?
45,000 over 144.
Okay.
Pretty sure I'm doing this right.
You are.
Yeah.
45,000 over 144. How do I simplify both of those? What can they simplify to?
Divide
You can do
them
mama
by
too?
10,000.
How about if we move this?
Wait, hold up. Can you do?
They can be divided by 10.
Yes. How about if I automatically just move this to 56 over 160 and simplify from there?
Oh yeah.
Because they have the same placeholders. So 56 over 160, and this would reduce down to.
45 over 140. Good job.
Okay. Can anything go into 56 and 160?
Yes, 2.
Two. Anything larger than 2?
Wait, I need 56, 7.
7? Can 7 go into 160?
I assume so.
You can't assume.
You're wow.
No. How about
I'm about to be sick.
how about 8? How about 8?
Sure. 8.
8 goes into 56 how many
7.
times? And how many times does 8 go into 16?
20. It does. 8.
Okay.
It's 4.
So 7/20. Okay. 45 and 144. Does that reduce anything?
Yes. Wait, does it?
No.
Let me think.
This boat's about to fall apart.
Not one.
Stop talking. Close it.
Sit. No.
Can 3 go into both of those?
Yes.
3 goes into 45 how many times?
33, 36, 39,
15 times.
42.
How many times does 3 go into 144?
CW.
My head's hurting now.
Can anything go into both of those again?
48 to be divided by
3, yes. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. 48 divided by 3 is
8, 48 divided by
16. Okay. Now it says which is it says what is the greater fraction? So then we just have to do 7 divided by 20. You get what?
You stop.
Why did? Oh.
What's 7 divided by 20 CW?
0.3.5. What's 5 divided by 16?
0.35.
0.3125.
So which one is greater?
0.35.
Yes, so it says in which year was the fraction of snowboarders greater?
Did I get this right? Miss Peters, I did this right, right?
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay!
Okay, now order the numbers from least to greatest. I have 3 and 4/15, 33 over 10, and 19/6. What do you think I need to find before I can order those from least to greatest?
Yeah, how many times 6 goes into 14 and 10
No.
goes into 33?
You're not using your calculator on this.
I know.
So you're not turning it,
There's a
listen
lot.
to me. You're not turning these into decimals and finding the answer. I want you to find the least common multiple, change the denominator to that, and then you can figure it out.
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
wrong. I'm wrong. Wait.
What? 3 and 4/15. First of all, how do you change that to an improper fraction?
Oh, I know how to.
Oh, don't you have to like?
15 times 3.
What?
15 times
Yes,
3.
15 times 3 plus 4, okay?
Yeah.
So what's 15 times 3?
Ah!
45.
And then
15,
plus
30,
4.
45.
So I have 49/15. Okay? Then I have 33/10 and I have 19/6. Okay? I've got to figure out what the greatest common factor is. 15 times 2 is what?
Wait,
30.
greatest common factor?
Greatest
Who
common
is 3?
multiple.
Oh, multiple? Never mind.
15 times
Wait,
Two-
what?
I've got, listen, you guys are talking so fast, it's confusing me. 15, I have to find the greatest common multiple because I have to change the denominators to all the same multiples. 15 times 2 is
30.
30. Can I get 10 to 30?
Yes.
Can I get 6 to 30?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so if I take 15 and multiply it by 2, I get 30. What do I have to do to the top also?
Divided by.
Times it by 2.
So what's 49 times 2?
I know.
98.
Good job.
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
right.
There you go.
Yes.
Hey.
Wait,
Okay.
The Lord
If I want 10 to get to 30, what do you have to do?
Times 3.
Times 3. So what is 33 times 3?
That would be 99
Okay. Then if I want 6 to get to 30, what do you have to do?
times it by 5.
5. What's 19 times 5?
Oh,
95.
95.
Okay, so then it says,
Wait,
Order.
what?
it
Oh.
says, order the numbers from least to greatest. What's the least?
95.
So 95 30ths.
And then 90, 88.
And then
I mean,
99 30ths.
What?
So the least was 19/6, right?
Yes.
And then you had 3 and 4/15ths. And then you had 33 tenths. Okay? Least to greatest. That's 2 ways of writing it, least to greatest. Okay. This is what you are doing on your homework tonight.
I never knew 19 when 99. Wait, what? 19 goes to 99.
You didn't know 19
times not times 5.
Ooh.
What?
So,
A lawnmower, my guy. I'm so confused
What?
now.
Turn around. Stop talking to people behind you. Turn around. All of you, 1, 2, 3, need to quit. I don't know what's going on, but you're making noises and reacting to people, so something's going on, so quit. And if I can get into my computer, I will give you homework. But here you go. Here's your homework for now. Math 8. You are doing page 1. Let me see here. Page 190. Page 190. You are going to do 17 through 35 odd. Then you're going to do 36. Then you're going to do 39 through 63 odd.
That's a lot.
It's greatest common multiple. And then I want you to try. Actually, let's go through 67 on. The last 2 are going to be difficult to do. They really are. They're just going to be difficult. No, you'll be fine there today. Yes, go fill your water. It's pretty silent right now. Take your headphones off.
Josh, bro, take your headphones
Take your
off.
headphones off.
Why do you have your headphones on?
Why will it not let me into my computer? This is a good level of volume for this class.
Listen to music.
Maybe in a minute.
Okay.
I don't know if you deserve music today. Josh, work.
Oh, this is easy.
E-man.
My strawberry.
I'm sorry.
And I already went to the nurse for 2 bells and I fell asleep and then she just came up and she was like, you went back to class. I was like, okay.
I really hope
You meant
email will come
go
up
to the
while we do
bathroom,
the
just
live
stay in there.
How is my computer at 75?
All these batteries are trash. I need to get mine changed.
Work.
Stop.
Stop slurping and work. Girls, you better start working.
This Peter's gang.
Yes. Why will my computer not let me in?
My bad.
Hey, Miss Peters,
What?
how do you find the least common multiple? How do you do that?
That's what we just did the whole about. What are your two numbers?
3 and 8.
Okay, take 8 and multiply it by 2. What do you get?
Yeah. 12? No. 16?
Can you multiply 3 by something to get it to 16?
No.
No. Okay, take 8 and multiply it by 3. What do you get?
Uh. 38?
No.
Wait, what did you say?
I don't know.
8 times 3.
He put 8 and 3. He said,
Turn around and do your work. 24. Can you multiply 3 by something to get it to 24?
that's great.
No.
Yes. She just told you.
Oh.
What times 3 gives you 24? See, guys, you have to know math facts to do this.
8